Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
All right, John, how are you? It's hard to believe it's 10 weeks ago since basically I saw you up on near the Murray River that day. So it's 10 weeks has just gone so quick. Yes.
Hey John, good to be here, mate. Looking forward to going through all the chops and changes in all the splits, mate. Looking forward to it.
Box of fluffy ducks, John. Thanks for having me on. I didn't realise you'd organised something with Zippy, but yeah, pleased to be here.
Safety car boards and flags. Safety car boards and flags. I'm good. Well, I can hear you just fine, so I don't know what they're going on about.
Yeah, I can hear him.
How are you, boys?
Hey, Bruce, how you going?
So while John's doing that, I'll just quickly pad. So big release this week with Adelaide coming out. What are everyone's thoughts? And don't tell me you haven't done laps. I know you all have.
Look, go, John.
I'm back. I think everyone can hear me now. Of course,
We'll come to that later.
We'll come to that later. Yeah, Adelaide, great track. Loved it. I did 3 laps and then did all of my sub-regs images. So really, you haven't really done much. And it probably didn't help when I was on it in ghost mode with all the pro boys last night. So they're a lot quicker than me. Yeah, so let's get this started. I think we've all mentioned O'Brien. I said he's our split 2 man. He will be here very shortly by the time we get the split 2. Running late because the world has kept him busy, and we're definitely looking forward to season 26 as well. That's summarising what you didn't hear me say. And let's start off by having a quick look at our race control. The boys didn't get a mention last season. It got put to me that we should be talking these guys up. So we have got some changes in the house, but not many changes. And, of course, our DSOs are still headed by Mark Duggan and Jake Burton, 2 very experienced drivers. Mark out of the rig for a fair while now, but still very experienced. Jake did a very good campaign in the Pro Series as a co-driver this season just gone. Did very well at the Bathurst. And believe he's coming back to the Pro Series next season, what I've been told from Madison Down last night. Split 1 is still Greg Favell and Anthony Visma, and the safety car driver will be Mark Horton. Greg and Anthony been with the league for a very, very long time. And, of course, Greg and Anthony Greg is the chief race control for Pro Series. So I don't know about your thoughts, Jordan, as our split 1 expert, but I think the boys are in pretty safe hands there.
They do a really good job. Particularly Greg, he's mega fast and he could drop onto the track in split 1 and compete, if not beat, pretty much all of us. So, it really helps having someone of Greg and also Anthony's caliber doing race control and stewards. I think they do an exceptional job as they do in Pro Series as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Split 2 is the big change. Travis Azzopardi has a lot of work commitments now, so he is backing out. And we are bringing in a real-life Motorsport Australia steward, Brenton O'Brien. Todd Martin is back again for another season. He's going to assist Brenton. And Lucas Burt, our longest-serving safety car driver, is in Split 2 in the safety car. You'd have to agree, boys, that particularly Jordan, because he's seen Brenton at work and has worked with Brenton previously in Split 1. The boy is pretty harsh, pretty quick, and very decisive on his decisions, you'd have to agree.
100%. Yeah, I'm not sure about Todd and Lucas, but good luck to them putting up with Brenton in the RC room. But no, yeah, the decisions will come pretty fast, and that's what's really good about Brenton. He says it as he sees it, and gets the decision made and gets on with it.
Yeah. And split 3, we have Joe Mahoney back again. He's going to be joined this season. This is where we've got the other big change across the board, where we had Ricky Hyde and Troy Stonestreet, and they're going to get replaced by Tim Lawson. So Tim has done RC with us a few times before. And in the safety car is from We Race, Kevin O'Neill. So looking forward to seeing Kevin in the safety car there, working in that team. Got told this week it could possibly be Joe's last season in race control. I believe the clock is ticking on 40 very closely, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Split 4 team, we've got David Coleman back in the house with Jamie Dyke. And the unusual one we have in there is Josh Drage is going to be the safety car driver. So looking forward to seeing Dragey, see if he can stack the safety car. Very, very experienced group there. So I think the boys in Split 4 will learn very quickly from race control and hopefully will help their driving standards. And then we have the substitutes. So we've got one of these in there. Treat them like a substitute teacher. Jason Fewens comes from a karting background, comes from Split 1 background. Jason's been around for a long time. Still has work commitments, which stops him from coming back into the main game every week. Ed Cullen's doing the support series. You're not going to get a much bigger, smaller number in iRacing than Ed. Been around a very long time, very, very experienced driver, and he's going to be supported as well with one Mr. Bruce McLeod.
Well, when you need some light entertainment of safety cars going off, I'll be your guy.
I was going to say, did they ban you from safety car this season?
I think they did. I did like how Jamie Dyke had to come out at Belle Isle and be Mr. Drifter and just show that you can drift the safety car and keep it on the track.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is our safety car drivers. I'm sure everybody definitely would like to actually see some splits instead. So we might start with our season 26 split 4 group. And of course, we're just going to drag Brenton. He's in him. Oh, someone dragged him in already. No, they didn't.
Been ended.
People going everywhere, but I got him in here now. So how are you, Brenton?
Hang on. There we go. I'm on. Yes, hello. Sorry I'm late. Work function dragged on. All good. Very happy to be here.
And we just did the RC reveal. We starting at the bottom, working to the top. And congratulations on your appointment to chief of Split 2.
So you started at the bottom. So you started with Jordan. Hey, Jordan's here no doubt. So g'day, Jordan. No, look, happy to be on board. Yeah, I enjoy doing stewarding, and it just gives you that bit of refreshment from the driving. And I think every once in a while people need to get away and recharge the batteries. And I highly recommend, if anyone out there is keen just to recharge the batteries, stay involved with the series. And there's so much you can learn by being a steward, and you get to see the other's perspective. Like so when you're involved in an incident and everybody gets a bit hot-headed, it's when you actually see what stewards do and take the time to analyze each incident. There's a better understanding of how things operate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's just breaking away before we get started on the split reveals. I just want to say well done on you blokes that did that little podcast on that for that Simon Black. That was really nice.
The Hall of Fame?
Yeah, the Hall of Fame, that was really, really good. I don't really know Simon as well as you blokes do, but I've known that he's been around for a hell of a long time. So, and it was good to see you put faces to names, Jordan, yourself, and so, all those people. It was good to see. But what I got out of it, though, Brenton, Windscreen O'Brien, was that I just think that how good looking I am at my age compared to you blokes.
Not hard, pretty low bar that Jordan and I set, not going to lie. So seriously, you could have an untrained Rottweiler would still look better. But by saying that, the recognition that Simon Black, Jay Kennedy, and Madison Down, so on our first Hall of Fame, and we don't want to claim it as the ASRG Hall of Fame. Obviously, Jordan and I have got very, very close ties with ASRG, as does Reeksy here. But we don't want to call it the ASRG Hall of Fame because it's a sim racing Hall of Fame. And, yes, whilst the ASRG committee members certainly vote upon it, we want it to be the sim racing Hall of Fame because, the three of those very worthy recipients, if it wasn't for those three, we probably wouldn't be doing what we're doing this very minute and talking about it all. So, very, very worthy recipients, and I think it's a fantastic idea. It's going to gain legs. Already talking about next year's recipients, and eventually it's not just going to be an iRacing thing. It's going to spread out, but certainly we're focusing at the moment on what we know best and who we know best and what they offered.
Yeah, like I said, it was a good thing and well done, and congratulations on it.
A lot of that work was Brenton Hobson. The videos were hobos like Jordan, Reeksy, and myself. It was easy for us to stick our heads in front of a camera, as disturbing as it may be for some that actually had to watch it. But Hobbo did a lot of work, and he's to be absolutely acknowledged for the stuff that he does. And if he's not a future Hall of Famer, then I'm not playing. So yeah, absolutely.
Well, Hobbo's development top three. I think he got a second or a first in one of the series years ago.
Oh, did he? Yeah. Well, there you go. That's a flash to me. So he's a. Just like Simon Black, very competent driver and does a lot of work in the background as well, as does Jordan. Jordan's not a bad steerer, horrible to talk to, but he's not a bad steerer and, very, very good at organising events and organising people. Jordan is a very, very capable driver, as everyone no doubt knows in vets. They see what he does every week, and with this new car, some things just gel together, and you can already see that Jordan and this Gen 3 car, it's not new now, I guess, just like peas in a pod, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Also Brenton, it's with Hobbo did an exceptional job, but myself and John Van Ree did carry Brenton's tripod through Melbourne for an entire night, so we did have a bit of a hand in helping him out.
Well, so if the fact that you're talking about tripods with me knowing exactly what type of bar you went to doesn't make your story any better here. So.
It doesn't at all.
No, it doesn't.
You might need to reword that. I don't know the name of the bar. It's not the type of bar I would hang around, but for all those viewers out there at the moment.
Well, they did inspect the tripod case before we entered the establishment.
I would imagine they would have, yeah. So let's just say that Reeksy, Hobbo and Jordan would have been at the type of bar that would be very popular in Sydney for one weekend a year. I'm not going to say Mardi Gras out loud because that would be too much of a clue. But yeah, so yeah, what bars these guys hang around in 2025? It's anyone's guess.
Let's get this
I
back
feel
on
like
track.
we've got a fair way.
Just in case you're needing someone to change the subject quickly for you, John. We seem to have lost the feed inside Discord.
Yep.
Inside Discord, I thought I was got
the stream. The stream.
When you disappeared on us.
Yeah, blame him.
Blame him.
Yep. There we go. That should be better now. Okay, that's better. Let's get back on track.
Nice.
Let's start talking about Split 4, which of course will again this season be brought to everybody again by the Friday Night Chook Raffle. And let's start by talking about who's promoted. Well, no one's been promoted, so we'll start by just talking about the returning drivers. Scotty Perrins is back on deck, which is great to see for Quantum Racing. Gunther von Nordschleife, Dave Worrell is back on deck as well. So we've got two well-loved, outstanding members of our vets community back with us. Glenn Boyce from Southern Cross Racing is back. He's made the big move from Port Lincoln to Adelaide and is all set up and ready to go again. And Martin Lipsky from Tulip Racing is back with us as well. And, of course, these are all in race start orders. So I am beating you, Baldock. Look at that. I am in front. We'll call the Baldock Van Ree Cup over for season 26. Done, dusted. Thanks for coming.
That's the true competition right there.
Absolutely. And, of course, we can have a look at some of the names that have actually come back down, which we didn't highlight, but I'll read them out. Dave Galley is back in split 4. Mark Dial is back in split 4. So there'll be absolutely no compliments to the setup from him. And Mark Peck from M1 Racing is into split 4. So that's another big name. Stephen Vella from Phoenix is down into split 4. And Matt Day from one of the new drivers at the 266 team is in split 4. And a name that came down to split 4 with a swap from somebody else when we get to split 2, and we'll talk split 3. We'll talk about it then. Is Mike Korolev. That is a big name moving back down into split 4. Looking forward to seeing Simon Black and Mike go toe to toe. Simon was one of the great improvers last season. Had himself ranked reasonably well and wasn't too far from the top of the order in 10th. New guys coming in, we have, of course, Dominic Tonnille, which is Hazy's cousin, and from the Oz Sprints things I've seen, I think he'll be a top 10 competitor. Greg Harris is another one coming into as well. Greg racing with Old Mates and Sons. Hayden McAndrews joins us. Shannon Morgan joins us. And I might let you talk about this guy's driving abilities a bit more, Brenton. But we have a guy called Jay Kennedy coming in for his first race in Vets.
Oh, God. Well, I'll let Jordan open the batting on that one, and then I'm just going to just settle down for the next 20 minutes while I talk complete rubbish about a rubbish driver.
For those who don't know, Jay is Mr. Sim Speed. We did talk about Simon Black and the lovely thing that was put together from him. There is another one as well. But Jay has been a huge supporter of Vets going back, I think, to about season 12 or 13 when Luke Lucas left us. And absolutely gentleman to work with. His team have done such a great job with Vets, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Jay actually, a bit like Simon and Mike, looking forward to seeing Jay actually just sit in a rig and have some fun driving and enjoy the reason why they do what they do and the effort that they put in. It's nice for those guys to come to a league where they can just sit there and just drive and have fun like everyone else does in the leagues that they're involved in. So that, my friend, is that some big names in there still. If I'm going to start talking it up in terms of championship contenders, I think Rob Baxter's got big dibs on what he can do this season. We definitely have some guys who I think will be big improvers. Darren Freer starting to come out of his box a bit more. I know he's getting coached by Tom Freer, SSR driver. I think he's relatively quick, isn't he, Jordan? Tom?
Yeah, he is. He's so yeah, Darren should get up to speed pretty quick with Tom in his ear.
Yeah.
That should be a good one to watch.
Pete Morris has stepped up from a fishy perspective. Michael Hayes, I think, had a very good end of the season. And of course, the other name who I'll probably have to mention, of course, to keep an eye on will be Simon Black. He did show what he could do. He basically had a great result lined up for a podium at Red Bull before the gears decided to fail and he drove straight into a wall head first. And out of the new guys, I think keep a very good eye on Glenn Boyce and Martin Lipsky. Martin Lipsky in SRW on Tuesday nights was showing some good pace as well. And Scotty Perrins, I'll probably tip him to be most improved. I think he'll be a bit rusty coming back in after 18 months out, but I think if he does the laps like he used to do and what he's famous for, I think we'll see him step up the order fairly quickly.
How about Mr. John Van Ree? How do you think he'll go, John?
It's a good question. It's been sliding.
Good question. How I think I'll go. I've just got a lot of work commitments. We've got a very, very big start of the year schedule ahead of us with Pro Series qualifying.
Jordan, I'm going to cut you off there. Jordan, at which stage is he going to stop making excuses? You know, at which stage? He's already giving excuses and he hasn't even put the car on the start line yet.
Yeah. I think it should be a good battle between John and Jay for
I'm loving what Jay's. Hey, I'm telling you, don't underestimate Jay. He's got some brand new toys thanks to Logitech. He got himself a care package. Jay's not an underestimated driver. He doesn't do a lot of it, but with his new toys, if he wants to be competitive, he will be competitive. He will be quick enough. Don't let him just go under the radar just because he's behind the cameras. He is actually a good driver.
It's
Did
good to
did
see
he?
getting
Did
his
he?
enjoyment back out of it by
Yeah,
getting
absolutely.
behind the wheel. Obviously, not in the Hall of Fame for his driving, but maybe this will set him on a more enjoyable path for the immediate future.
He's lost.
So is that it? Is that?
You've only had 219 more starts than him, so you should be fairly competitive.
So there's a couple of comments in chat from Paddo, Peter Kelleher, and Jeff Sanford around with Pete asking why can't he go back to Split 4. I think I just want to call out there is a lot of speed overlap between the pointy end of Split 4 and Split 3, but I think there's a lot of drivers that we just know with work commitments, they will be basically arriving and driving in Split 4, and we try to take some of that into account.
I think
hang on, Jordan, take notes there. No more just arrive and drive.
Well, I think with Pete Kelleher, he should probably focus on securing his steering wheel to his rig.
Ooh, that's interesting.
And maybe he might even make it up to Split 1. But just use a couple of self tappers to hold that steering wheel on. Should be right.
Your best man at your wedding or something like that?
No, he's my brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law.
Team boss dropped the mic.
I'll be interesting to see how Scott Perrin goes. Scott Perrin's is a past Split 3 winner, so I think once he gets his gets it all together, he'll be someone to watch. And it's great to see him back. Mark Peck, he's another one that you're going to have to keep an eye on. If he's on in that day, yeah, he can really do well in Split 4. Mark Doyle, obviously, he's got his wish come true. He's got down. I think he's definitely someone to watch. And Paddo, he's obviously on a high now from the last win from last season. I'd like to see him improve. He can do it. He can do it too with the training from Sean. I can't see why he can't get regular top fives.
Well, without saying it, Paddo's got a long way to improve. He was ranked quite lowly down due to a trip away and a few other things, but yeah, he did win that last race, so it's endless possibilities if you're going to win races. So let's see what the boy can do.
I'd like to just chuck in Steve Vella. He's part of Phoenix. They're fast guys over there. Seen him around in a couple of practice sessions, and he goes all right. So maybe keep an eye on him too.
Yeah, Steve Vella is quite capable. He's just got to remember to pit twice.
Well, just pit twice, Steve, and you'll be right, mate. That's all you got to do.
Read the rule book. I think
I've seen it all now, so he's going to get fuel advice.
Yeah,
I reckon Split 4's got Pecky's name all over this. He's shown some good form. He's been quick in other splits as well. And if he can be committed each week in and out, I think this is his to lose. I rate him pretty highly as a driver. I've done many a lap with him. He's clean, he's fast, and I think there's a lot on offer here for Pecky this season.
Yeah, and I'll start talking. Actually, that's a good opportunity to segue. We'll move on to Split 3. We'll start talking about Split 3, but I'll start off by dropping the screen there. And we have promoted from Split 4. I call it Split 1.
It's a promotion from Split 4 to Split 3. It's a promotion.
It's a promotion, yeah. It's a promotion from Split 4 to 3. So Abel Verban is in from Sim Racer HQ, and he did an outstanding job. Yusuf Korofidis is in there as well. Peter Kelly comes in from Team VGA. Stephen Williams had a very dominating season in there as well. And Peter Wilkinson gets the promotion coming up. And Marty Hughes has been stepped up into Step 3. Didn't earn the promotion right out of the rankings, but he's been switched across. Marty Hughes had 2 race wins and another podium, so he's proven he's got the pace. He had a couple of disconnects and stuff early on in the season, which sort of kept him out of the contention of the championship. But no winning races like he had and podium like he had, it sort of just put the pressure on the pub test to make a move, which is what happened. Coming in to it as a rookie, we have Alan Mazzaroli. Alan in pre-qual did an absolute maximum number of laps. He worked very, very hard and set some very good time in the end. So probably expect him to be competitive. Craig Miller comes to us, of course, another one who set some good times with it as well. We've got Tony Rothie set some good times. Mark Gerard set some good times. They're all the rookies. Darren Shooter was away, couldn't do pre-qual because he was overseas. We did go and do due diligence on Darren. Darren comes to us as an elite driver from GSRC. He comes with a bit of experience racing with those boys. So we expect him to hold his own probably in split 3. Returning with as well, we've got Ed Fox coming back in. So Ed was a fairly good competitor there for a fair while. He's back with us. And of course, he's racing with the Player One guys. We also have Jamie Peters coming back. Zippy might be able to enlighten us a little bit more on where Jamie's at.
Yeah, look, Jamie's off the off season, waited for the Black Friday sale, and finally got up the gumption to go out and buy himself some new gear. With the help of Wayne Shepherd, sorted him out, and he's been previously practicing with this new gear, trying to get it right. Every second day he's messaging me, he's asking me what times I'm getting at Bathurst, so he knows where he should be at. Yeah, and you think the good old rivalry between Dave Baldock and John Van Ray, the first big rivalry was Jamie and myself, so it came to the vets. So it'd be interesting to see if it starts again.
And also coming back, we have John O'Kiley, former Split 3 winner. Nathan Cadman comes back, so it's good to see Cadsy back with us as well. And coming back, didn't set a pre-qual time, but his times that he's got for the Gen 3 at Bathurst was enough for him to slot into Split 3. And that, of course, is Mal Powell. So that is the guys that have come in. Those that have come down from Split 3, and this is Split 2, is Tony Chapman. He was a rookie last season. We may have got a little bit wrong. We may not have. And then he's also now had some surgery and stuff, so he's going to be missing a little bit. So he's slided back down. And Stephen Clark has slid down from Split 2. And just going back to what segued me into our conversation about why it was Dial, Pecky and co. We've got Tommy DeWitt and Craig Healy had both sort of missed quite a few races due to gear and equipment issues and everything else. And the pub test basically deemed those two boys as being Split 3 material and probably should stay there to recoup where they were from the issues that they had had. So that's why Dial and Peck got slid down the order. What do you think, boys?
Look, yeah, well, sort of when you gave me this list about 6 weeks ago, I was sort of curious how Brad Grant, of our team, going up to Split 3. He did a couple of races in Split 4 and then done his wrist, and he's only just getting over that. I'm sort of curious to why your thoughts of him going up there. Early diagnosis.
Brad didn't go up. Brad went up last season or season before.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't think he went up.
No, he was Split 4 last season.
Yeah, Split 4, yeah.
And then his wrist gave out, so he hasn't been racing.
I think
I assumed that it was based on he'd done a pre-qual or something like that.
No, it was going off historic stuff that we had for him before there, because he was Split 3. He was Split 3 season before.
He's always been Split 4. He was in race control. But yeah, looking at the list, Mal Powell, a past vets driver, very talented and very fast as well. Let me see. Lots of guys could win this. Jason Dunn, he's really improving. Brad Hayes, he's really improving. It'll be interesting to see Dave Dardell. He's the guy that I'll probably put my little mark on for this season to watch out for. He's definitely got the talent, and with Dom Grundy, he's another one to watch out as well. You can throw Wayne Shepherd's improving, Will Munro's improving, Peter Kelleher on his day can do anything. That's crash, bash, and win. Reg James, another good thinker, so he's right up in the mix. Craig Healy, obviously had a little bit of off sorts at the end of last season. Hopefully he comes back and he's full of zest again. Brendan Zatira, another one you can throw the hat up to say yes, he can win. Robert Crow gets it together. Yeah, he can win it. It's a good list. Andrew Listener, another one that you can really don't know what's going to do. Darryl Callahan won the first race last season, and had a fairly good season as well. So some good names there. It's going to be a tough one.
Oh, it's split 3 and split 2 for me are just, how do you call it? And it gets harder and harder moving people around and getting things right. I've kind of got to agree. Paul Preston's on the improve as well. Listener, got to meet Andrew last Saturday night. Absolute cracking fella. Phil Whiting can have a good day out from time to time. Richie Barella, if he gets back into the rig, if he gets his work issues sorted and gets himself back in the rig, he could move forward. There's quite a few in that list there. That really makes it quite difficult to call. Marty Hughes, if he drives like he did in those races he won in split 4, he's definitely in the mix as well.
And that Abel Verman, like I said, he's been trained by Luke Ullman, and he's really, really, he won 4 races last season in split 4, so there's no reason why. In practice sessions, he's definitely got the pace to mix it with split 3. So it's going to be a tough season. Yusuf, also another one that's come out of the dark and just really did well in split 4 last season. All the other new guys I haven't really heard of, but Stephen Clark, that's another one of your mates. Brenton, I think, is one of your classic old drivers. Was in split 2, I think. It might have even been split 1 for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah,
between you blokes, you've named about 45 potential drivers that can win. I reckon you've got to get off the fence and start putting some money on the table, and you put 2 drivers down right here. Jamie Peters is going to be extremely competitive if he can do every round, and the fact that he's got himself some new gear doesn't surprise me at all. And if he can put every race together, I think Jamie would be extremely competitive. He's actually an old teammate of mine. The very first team I ever joined was KRF back in 2013, 2012. I don't know. Anyway, a while ago.
How old are you?
Jamie and I were teammates. Yeah, I was old even back then. But yeah, so we were teammates back then, and he was quick. And then he left the sim scene for a long while and came back and gone again type thing. But if he's back and he's going to do a full season, I'm not going to name 45 drivers. I'm going to name Jamie Peters as the favourite here. And the other one I'm going to name is Stephen Clark. If he can get away from doing bloody NASCAR racing, he would actually go all right. Like, he loves his NASCAR racing, and halfway through the last season, iRacing released the NASCAR. They did it with it, but it's some bloody NASCAR game. And yeah, he enjoyed that far too much that he wasn't going to be doing any laps of the supercar. So hopefully Sandman will show his true form, because he is a quick steerer and he will be very, very quick in split 3. He will do very well if he does every race.
Yeah, and gets a bit more seat time, I think.
And if you don't want, if you want me to not sit on the fence, Jamie Peters is a past split 2 driver. Ed Fox, he was damn fast when he was up there as well. So, but if you don't sit on the fence, I'm going for Dave Dardell, and I'm going for Grundy to be right up in the top 5. But I'll put my money early on Dave Dardell and hope it's not the kiss of death.
So I'm looking at this with a very different lens. So I think there's a lot of drivers in here that are fast on their day, but I'm looking for who's going to be consistent. Because if I look at guys like, Reg or Ed or Jamie, you're absolutely right. They can all be there on their day. They can be right up there and fighting, but who's going to be consistent? So, for example, Justin Wood on the day, he was miles ahead, but he would just, throw the race away halfway through with some bad luck. So I think this is going to be a split where pace will be important for sure, but I think consistency is going to win this splits championship this year.
Well, I'm going to throw my support behind Pete Kelleher. Might have to go around and secure that steering wheel to his rig myself so that it doesn't fall off and he keeps crashing. But yeah, if he can't get it done this season, mate, we might have to take him off the rums and force fit him JDs for the rest of the year. But we're going to throw my support behind Zippy, mate. You can't let me down either. All right, we're gonna see a big improvement this year. Fight for the championship, mate.
Yeah, stop cruising, start working, mate.
Well,
Put some real fuel in your car and drive it quickly.
Well, based on Brenton's prediction, he's going to have to do a hell of a lot of work if he's going to be.
I'll have to go and pull Jamie's power out just before 8 o'clock.
Look,
whatever you got to do to win, mate. Whatever you got to do.
One final comment before we move up. This, to me, one thing shows how much these splits turn over. So this split used to have like 5 Shadow Racing drivers. Used to have me, Ed Cullen, Faz, Andrew Galley, sometimes Pete Latham as well, and Lester in there. And now there's just one. So that just shows you how much things do change over a couple of seasons in these splits.
Like you're talking, 10 guys coming into this split, or 11 guys coming into this split this season. So, yeah, definitely need to be sorted out where we sit with that one.
And on that, John, who went up to split 2?
Drum roll. So split 2, who went up to split 2? Phil Manuel, Andrew Galley from Shadow Racing, James Boardman. Of course, James coming to us from Infinity Motorsports, so another guy up into that one. And we have Joe Osterwald and both Joel and Phil, of course, 266 Sim Racing. And then we have Roy Clark from the Banter Alliance Racing. So Crash up into split 2. So that will be very interesting to see how he goes. He has raced up at that level before. So intrigued to see how he goes with the big step up. And this is a bloody tough split. And it was very hard to get us sorted. So we'll talk about the newbies coming in. Glenn Corbett returns to the league, of course, racing under his Stripe Golf, former hypersonic driver, been around for a long time from the sunny coast, quite well known. And coming in as rookies into split 2, Josh Smith set some cracking times as well. And some bloke called Stephen Kikowski from Synergy Sim Racing. Never heard of him. Jordan might be able to enlighten us a little bit.
A little bit like Pete Fast and Crash. But, mate, long-time SSR guy. It's good to see him back. He's had a lot of time off. But, yeah, mega fast on his day, mate. So he'll probably be a little bit inconsistent, but towards the end of the season, you'll see how fast he really is. He's a mega dude. Good to see him back.
Yeah, he set some good times in pre-qual. He did the work there as well. Coming down from split 1, this is where it gets really interesting and juicy. Halal Caesar comes down. Gary Buckland comes down. Reese DeGoey comes down. Scott McCune comes down. And Stewie Hall comes down. So that is the interesting names in there. So there are some quality drivers coming back into split 2. And not to mention, you've got the likes of Darren Crosby and Alex Kiddis that just missed out on getting up into split 1. So it is a tough group. Still got the likes in there of Bruce Tannick. Bruce is a very quick fella to race with. Paul Burns is still good on his day. Ronald Allen from M1 can make the moves when he has to. Scotty Van Loon is back on deck as well. He is in the rig practicing. Someone said he even put a server up this evening. So Scotty is back. Hoffy is in this split as well. Michael Quain is in this split. Matty Parker, Steve Lenyon, Cody Duggan still in there. So we've got some very, very fast guys and very good quality driving. Shane Randell from Infinity Motorsports still in there. There's a few names that I can rattle off, and I'm not going to even try and predict the winner for this one because it is an absolute cracker.
Get
of a
off
field.
of that fence, jeez.
Well, you can't.
Pick a winner and we'll move on. Otherwise, we're walking off. You're going to hear ding dings everywhere on Discord.
Stephen Jakowski. Yes, you mentioned Stephen Jakowski. I remember starting around his time, and he just blew a medal out of the wall. He's really fast. I'll be interested to see how Phil and Joel go in split 2. I know they're both pushing each other very hard, and they've got Damon there to help in Split 2 and to associate with Split 2. So I know that there are times they can match the guys in Split 2, so it'd be very interesting to see how they go. James Bourman, another one that's gone up. He's as fast as Phil and Joel, so it'll be interesting to see where he finishes at the start of the season. Andrew Galley as well. He, as Bruce said, he's been very consistent in the year. And Roy's a smart driver. He thinks a lot while racing, and he makes good pit moves. And so it'd be interesting to see how we go. It's going to be hard. You got Gary Buckland. I'm been a long believer for him to be in Split 2. It's going to be great to see him match it for the top 5. I can't see why you couldn't. Hoffman, brilliant driver. But the guy that you're sort of missing out on, Luke Powell, if he does every race, there's no reason why he's not top 5 in this season. And if he races all year, I'll put him as the number 1 driver.
Yeah, great commitments.
So there's 3 names that jump out to me, all of which will no doubtly win races, but are they going to be able to pull a championship together? And that's Tannock, Michael Quain and Matty Parker. So all bouncing between Split 1 and Split 2. So all on their day, super fast drivers, but can they pull a clean season together?
I see a hell of a lot of drivers that will be really pissed off with Brenton O'Brien by the end of the season.
Well, I look at this. There's a lot of unpaid overtime coming.
There's an interesting name in there for you, Brenton. It's Peter Baxter. I'm sure there might be a penalty or 2 coming his way.
Every time I need to practice my mouse pressing to see who's going to get a penalty, Pete's going to be my man. So there's some names in here, and I'm not sitting on the fence at all. But as the steward, if I don't talk to any of these guys in particular, they will do very well. I'm talking about Alex Kiddis, who, I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised he's not Split 1. Certainly has the pace to be. Alex, I will tell you this, if you're out there in YouTube land watching this right now, read the rules. Do not ask me a question halfway through the race because you will not like my reply. Bruce Tannock is another one. Bruce, I don't want to talk to you this season, not in any way. If I don't talk to Bruce Tannock this season, that means he's leading the series because he's a very capable driver. And the other 2 that are going to gang up, absolutely, and it's great to have them both together, Grumley and Lanyon, both in the same team, SLS Racing. When these 2 guys are in the same split, and I think it's been a while now, they will go very, very well. So there's my 4 I've extended.
They've got
from
to go as well. So there's a good
Getting
bundle
close
of
to
them
it.
in here.
Well, it's also you've got Hale Caesar. I think he's split 2 winner 2 seasons ago. I think he went up and has come back down again. And if the guy gets some practice in, Scotty Van Loon, he's definitely Split 1 material if he gets the practice going. And my little favourite guy, Damon Fisher, if he can get the the pitch strategy well for a race, the guy can win a race, and I'm hoping he wins one because the guy deserves to win one there too. So, but he's in the Reece de Growy, another one you can throw in the mix. Sean Cullen, I'm going if he races every season, Luke Powell. But if he doesn't race every season, I'm going for Hale Caesar.
So, you know, the good thing about this. Sorry, you know the good thing about this split is that there are multiple guys in this split that will win races. You know what I mean? This isn't going to be about one guy winning 5 or 6 races and going off in the distance. There are multiple guys in this series split that will win races either through good strategy, just general speed, or other things. And I think it was Bruce that said before, it's not going to be about being fast at one track. It's going to be consistency over the season, staying out of trouble with that bloody steward who's going to be looking after this mob this season. And that's what will happen. You don't have to win races to win the championship here. There could be some smart guys going complete Nicky Rosberg spec, win one race and still win the championship.
So I just want to answer a question from a Hamish Monroe, I think it is, in chat, asking why did Kiddis not go up in Split 1 when he finished the top 5 last season? And the answer from a Sandman, of course, is that it's based on rankings, not outright split positions, finish positions.
Yeah, so just always remember that when we talk championships, you cannot drop round 10. When we do rankings of your best 8 races to put you in a ranked position, we will drop round 10. So in the case of one individual, which we'll use as a segue into Split 1, in the case of one particular individual who didn't race in Split sorry, didn't race in round 10. He has been promoted because when we did the ranking system, he went up on the list in terms of where he was. So being promoted was Matty Scholes, Simon Haynes, David Arney, Jim Caparonis, and Timmy Mulford from Phoenix. They are the promoted boys. And coming back into this split, based on our ops manual, is Ricky Hyde comes out of race control. Troy Stone Street comes out of race control back into the split that he left. Jason Spriggs comes back into race control out of the split that he left. And then we have returning to this split, we have Blake Delaney, Paul Warwick, both from Fishy Motorsports, and Darren Lobb. They are some very, very, very good drivers. And just for you, Brenton, I'm not going to get on a fence here. I'm going to back Wayne Walker.
Wayne Walker, okay, well, not a surprise because and Jordan would know more about Wayne than I would, but Wayne's just come from nowhere over the last 3 or 4 seasons, hasn't he? And he's consistently fast. I do think though that the car 143, I don't really speak French, but Jordan Roos, I think he goes all right as well, and I think there'd be some pretty short money on him, and same with this Shawan Macadamata. Again, my French isn't that great, but I reckon Macca goes very well. But look at the split there, like that's crazy.
McNamara's got to get his hair messy if he wants to be a contender. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but well, with summer and a lot of the guys probably might be going away for Christmas, etc., etc. There's some quality there as well as Jordan being there. So there's some very, very good drivers, and don't forget, Gambo's won. I have no clue how many championships. More than Rafael Nadal, I'd imagine.
I think 5.
But 5, yeah. See, good thing it didn't get 6. Otherwise, I'd have to use my other hand to count. But yeah, Gambo's always going to be thereabouts. But I think with Gambo during summer season, I think his main priority is his boat. So he'll be out going a lot of fishing this season. He really focuses on the winter seasons. But yeah, look at the quality of split one. It's just there's a lot of quality in there, and it's forever improving, isn't it?
Yeah, look,
it is.
I'm looking at Sean van der Meulen. I think that the last 3 or 4 races, he's really upped his game. Probably got his arm back into order now and starting to get used to it. Dean Longsdale took some small steps last season in the ASR and Vets. He's knocking on the door, getting the odd split podium and all that, or he's right on the door for it too. So Jim Caparonis, Mr. Favourite for everyone. Good. He's gone back up to split one. Let's see if he can get a better go at it than last time. So we'll be watching Jim with bated breath. Ray Smith, another one that's sort of a real dark horse. He can do anything on the day, and if he gets that little bit more improvement, I think he can battle. He can be a consistent top 10. Obviously, Jordan Ross would be the favourite for most of us, but yeah, Wayne Walker for me as well. He's a top driver, and Mr. Tangles, and yeah. But Simon Haynes, another one you just can't rule out because he really, really improved last season. So he's another one that you love to see do really well.
Would be.
It's going to be a mega season. Yeah, you go. Sorry, John.
I was going to quickly double back. McKnight's 1-8, Gamble's 1-6, Taliancic is 1-4, and Jordan Ross is 1-4. There you go.
Wayne Walker will be very hard to beat. I think he won the last 2, 3, or 4 something races in the previous season. And yeah, he's come so far in like 2 seasons. It's amazing. He's really fast, and I said to him at the end of last season he should try to get into Pro Series because I think he's that good. He could definitely make some waves in the Pro Series. Hopefully he does that. Obviously, Sean McNamara, mega fast. Justin McLean did a really good job towards the end of last season. He's starting to take some big steps. Obviously, Paul Young and Darren Lobb are both fast. Like anytime those guys are on the track, they're mega experienced just in V8 sim racing in general. I really enjoy racing Darren Lobb. He doesn't mind banging doors and getting stuck into it, and we can both have a bit of a laugh after. So really good to have him back. And obviously, Kenny Ladders, mega fast on his day. If he can sort of qualify up the front, I think a couple of races to go in the last season. I think he might have led or top 3 or something for most of the race, and it just come unstuck late in the race. So if he can clean that up, he'll be right up there. And obviously, Scotty Gamble, mate, he's well, what is he? 6-time champion or something? 5-time champion. Six. Yeah, he's mega fast, and when he puts his mind to it, mate, he's real hard to beat. So good to see him back.
Jordan, I'd like to get your opinion. So from the couple of races, split one that I watched this season, it seemed to be noticed that you had the couple of guys at the front that managed to qualify well and sort of get away from the fight around the P4, 5, 6 to 10. And they used to sort of walk away whereas the arms were out from race 1 to race 10 in that sort of mid pack of the lead pack in split one. Do I read that right? And if those guys were to save the arms out brawling until race 9 and 10, they might set up for a bit tighter championship, or am I just reading it wrong?
Yeah. Obviously, in any racing, the further back you get in the pack, the more you just get balked, and you're just trying to get track position at the start, so that you can get on with your race, and ultimately when all that settles down, there's a bit of a gap to the front guys, and obviously towards the front of this, everyone's pretty good. So you're not like, if you qualify, down a bit, and once you do get a bit of track position and stuff, it's unlikely that you're going to reel everyone in unless there's a safety car. So definitely. But there was a couple of times this season where I think I qualified really poorly, like 8th or something. I think, maybe a couple of times. And I was able to, keep it clean at the start and come back through. So it can be done. But probably the other guy too, just mentioned him, was Dean Logsdale. So he's really good in the wet. So if there's a couple of wet races coming up, look out for Dean. He's mega in the wet.
And that will be happening. There will be some weather.
I was going to say we can neither confirm or deny, John, but if you want to give it away.
Well, look, I think split one is absolutely freaking epic. Big shout out to Scotty Gamble as well with his V8 vets master classes that he's doing with 10 lucky people. And thank you to Logitech G for getting behind that and supporting him, and you too, Zippy. Sean Vandermeulen, he's mega improved as well. I've just got to say, all these 9.5 guys, I don't know what Sean McNamara is teaching them, but they're all stepping up. And a big shout out to...
And also Logan Barnett, he's another, he's a guy that won split 2. He's up there with the boys. He practices with the boys, and he's capable of the top 5 every week.
And then, of course, joining that 9.5 quartet is Wayne Sanderson from Southern Cross. So met Sando on Saturday when I was over in Perth. Absolutely gentleman of a bloke. And I think, he'll slot right in well with the 9.5 boys. I think Macca will have him up and moving pretty quick.
It's interesting that Matty Brunt survived another season and he's remaining in split 1, John.
Well, Matty... he does the yards. That's the thing. We joke about, I know you joke about him. It's like he's the whipping boy of SSR. That's what I'm finding out. I thought that might have been Pete, but it's actually Matty. So Matty was actually ranked 26th after the completion of the season. He got 8 races in. So he got his races in. He consistently running in that 20 area around the track, and he's doing what he's got to do to be there. And if I look at the ranking where he's sat, he's ahead of Whiting, he's ahead of Barrage, he's ahead of Ray Smith. So he's done the work, Jordan. Like
he can steer, mate. You probably don't know, but he won He's won a couple of XL races in his day against the likes of like Brock Feeney and some really fast guys. So he can steer. Probably just needs to put his mind to it, and he'll be right up front.
There you go. He didn't realise he was an XL driver. He didn't do Bathurst 2 years ago, did he? So name does ring a bell.
No, hasn't raced for probably 3 years.
No, 3 years, yeah.
And a big shout out to a bloke that I personally have been watching grow in Split 1. Every season seems to get faster and faster. Is Michael Stewart. He's been consistently around the top 5 in most races. So it's good to see him starting to really get up towards the front more.
Absolutely.
I'm
He's done well with that.
I'm going to do a shout out of the same nature to a couple of the old Split 2 compatriots. Dave Arney, he's earned where he is now. Dave, you're not going to win Split 1, but I'm going to say this. He has improved so much, and he doesn't give you single lap pace. He doesn't, but he will give you consistent race pace throughout. And, he might come P20 something, but it's just part of his, I hate using the word journey. It sounds like a reality TV show, but that is part of his journey that he is improving all the time. And he's absolutely earned his spot in Split 1. Jim Caparonis, who we all know. But the other one, I put the same in the Dave Arney, is Matty Scholes. Again, was P nowhere a few seasons ago in Split 2, maybe even Split 3. And has just worked his way up with consistent driving. Again, Matty, you're not going to win Split 1, but you deserve to be there. And and he's going to surprise a few here and there with maybe some top 10 finishes, but it's all part of him learning as he keeps developing.
And Barrage, he's another one too that you can really a top 10 driver. It's been amazing to watch his growth in the few seasons that he's raced. I think he's on 64 races. Was it 84 races? But the guy's definitely got some pace, and I look forward to watching him. You can throw Tony Stone Street in there returning. He was mega fast, when he was before. So it's going to be a good season. Hopefully the regular top 5, some of these guys can give him a shake.
Yeah, and I think Hainsey working with Troy Stone Street will be really good to see how Hainsey goes. I think he's got the ability to step it up another level as well. Anyway, we might segue on and have a look at what tracks we're going to this season and talk about a few other little things. So we're starting next Thursday night at Adelaide for 250 Ks. First reports coming out of the circuit from testing is it is going to be an epic place to race. And looking forward to seeing Wednesday night before as the final round of the Pro Series. Those boys will be racing there, so we'll get a very good idea how Turn 1 will play out with a big field. Then we come back after Christmas on the 8th of January to the Bend to do the international layout for 200 Ks. 2 races in South Australia to start the season off. Who would have thought? We then go and do the Cup layout at Watkins Glen. Everybody loved the NASCAR style of Mexico. Well, let's go do the NASCAR style of Watkins Glen. It's going to be a sprint race, 150 Ks. We'll see what happens there. And then round 4 is the Bale and Stewart round. So definitely the league gets behind the Bale and Stewart Foundation. 20th of January is the anniversary of Balin's passing. So round 4 will definitely be a big round for Stewie and the 9-5 boys, but also a big round for the league. And that'll be coming from Catalunya from the Barcelona circuit for a 200K race. We then go to Mosport, a very favourite track of a lot of people, and we're going to do a 250K race there, 64 laps. Then we are doing the Silverstone Legacy 08 layout. We did it a few years ago. It was quite enjoyable. We're back on that one. We then go to Sebring International for our Enduro on the 12th of the 2nd. It is a cracking track to do an Enduro at. We might see what we can come up with there in terms of maybe using some dynamic weather and a different time of day. Round 8, we're going to go to the Suzuka GP course for a 200K 35-lap race. Round 9 is not going to be Oran Park. I'm so sorry to disappoint you, Mike Korolev. I know you had your heart set on it, but we're going to go do a sprint race at the new Miami layout around the Hard Rock Arena, which will be a great little place to battle it out. And then we're going to finish round 10 in Montreal for a 200K 46-lap race. Any thoughts on the calendar, guys?
Well, I can just quickly jump in about Miami. I was still trying to work out what layout we should do. I'll probably just go with the GP circuit, even though I think one of the other circuits might be better. It's a long one, though. It's a 2-minute 4-lap, I think, with me trundling around there with a couple of very interesting chicanes. So that'll be one to watch for sure.
I've had a quick go at Adelaide. Wow. Has anything happened to the damage mode, Bruce? Because it seems to be very a lot more touchier than the last season.
No, nothing has happened to the damage model. But what has happened is that now
Concrete walls have happened to it.
More and more tracks have 3D curbs, and what you're probably doing is touching a curb, which is upsetting the car, and off you go.
No, I'm not. I'm just going head on into the wall at Adelaide, and it has said blown motor. I just got to be hard. It's going to be hard. I'm going to have to go and buy some barrels. They're going to be 2 weeks, 2 races in Adelaide.
Well, there's none of fuel. So, look, I think, Adelaide is Adelaide. The times are already very close to real world, aren't they? What times do we get down to?
No, Adelaide's way off. Adelaide's way off. It's about 2-3 seconds a lap off at the moment. So, yeah, the car's in desperate need of the new tyres. Absolutely.
I think there's some work for people to do because I've seen the fastest I've seen is a 19 in cars 51. I'll just have a look right now. Actually, I can tell you.
Pro guys were doing 21s last night for their opening session. So
on lava.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's right. But we're trying to do equivalent weather. Yeah, it was very hot conditions. There's no doubt. But in 18 degrees and cloud cover, you'll certainly be quicker. But
I didn't check
it is quite slow. And I'm not sure. Are you going to be doing round 5, Jordan, or do you still get sweats and flashbacks for Mosport after that Scops event many years ago?
Here we go. Turn it on.
Years ago. Well, the singular biggest supercar crash I've ever seen in my life, and some of us benefited greatly from the rear of the grid and came top 10 split one Scops race, was caused by a car 143 years ago. And it was freaking about 30 cars wiped out. It was so good.
It was traumatic time driving for ERT. I'll put it out of my mind.
So the fastest I can see with the 60 litres on board is a 120.3.
Yeah, so a bit off pace, but
I've heard of much faster.
But I think a lot of that might also have to do with turn 1. I think and I was saying this to the pro guys last night and to the ERT guys as recent as today, is that I think supercars as an entity, my good mate JT out there, I think they're far too lenient on the track limits at turn 1, 2 at Adelaide. I think they should crack down a lot harder because those cars are definitely going off track limits. Whereas iRacing have been very, very strict with the off limits and the shortcut penalties that come with it. So I think there's a lot of time lost there.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, definitely. Going to be very, very interesting. Just quickly check the comments to make sure I'm not missing anything in there. And Mark Dial, of course, extremely happy we're not going to Oran Park. I did suggest we could do the new Rallycross layout at Winton, which I haven't looked at yet. I think it's going to be a cracking season. I think it is shaping up to be, when we go across the splits, I think Brad Grant will go back and discuss in our little group later. It's probably a fair chance he will be back in split 4. Apart from that, we've got everything else pretty well spot on, I think. We've got 202 drivers in our list here, so it is definitely, 203 drivers on our list at the moment. It is a full house that we have. Christmas is going to make it interesting. Some exciting things, like I mentioned, with Scotty Gamble, Michael Stewart still doing his Monday night coaching as well. So there's definitely a lot of that going on. Chris Blanchard's about to get disowned by me for saying go Baldock. There's a lot happening at my team. The other one I just wanted to bring up as well is make sure you read the regs very, very closely, because the wording has changed in how we talk about waiver rounds. And waiver rounds have always been designed as field cleansing, so to cleanse lapped cars out of the safety car train. So we have reworded the wording of waiver rounds so people don't think it is an instant lap back and you get all the way back onto the end of the train. It is basically a field cleansing exercise, which it's always meant to be. And we just want people to be thinking of it in that terms, not as a freebie. And of course, you need to be on the safety car train at the time when the waiver rounds are called. And we've changed the procedures as well to match what Mike Korolev had been using with the Pro Series when we did waiver rounds in the Enduros, and what Pete Baxter has written up is identical to that, which is basically everybody to the left, and if you're a lap down, to the right. And when the race control seems it appropriate to, they'll tell everybody on the right side of the track to head off and then try and get the race under the way as quick as possible. So that's what those reg changes are. I think well overdue. We've sorted them out. So make sure you read those and understand those. Any last comment?
Yeah, I think I would say on that, John, I think the big thing is to don't expect your waiver round at the start of the safety car period, because it will be right at the end of the safety car period. So if you're sitting there in the queue and they haven't done it, it's not because they have forgotten. It's because it's where it's changing, where it's happening in the order, to really point out that it's not about getting that lap back.
Yep.
It should be a nice benefit, not a requirement. So, and if you get on the blower and ask race control, hey, can I have my waiver round? Expect to get muted and get a penalty pretty much straight away.
Yep. There'll be no reading of 101 numbers telling him to go round. It will basically be move to the left, move to the right, and off you go. And the other part, as Bruce was saying, it's, we want race control to take their time to get control of the leader, get control of the field, and then organise the wave around and then go. So it's not to be rushed or pushed or anything like that. That's the change on that one. Anything you want to add, Andrew?
No, I don't think so. No.
No last minute thoughts. Of course, big changes at Team AJR, going back down to a leaner, meaner outfit. I believe it's now got an over 50s cap on it as well. And Zippy's still there. So a few others have left, but Zippy's still there. Any last words from you, Zip?
Probably why they left, because I'm still there. But anyway, look, just like on the side notes, Michael Stewart's doing a fantastic job on the driver's training. If you don't understand the track, whatever, jump in. He does a great job of teaching it. And I think Jeff Sanford takes videos. You can sit there and watch it. Well done to Scott Gamble on his idea. It's only still, you're still sketching it out, but it's a great idea. And 10 drivers will get one-on-one practice, and you can't get much practice than a guy that's won, as you said, 6 championships. So it might be a couple little things you learn that might gain you half a second or ish. Take full advantage of it. Yes, he donated a new set of headphones towards me, and I said I can't take it. So I offered to put up the prize of 3 lucky drivers out of that 10 to I'll pay for their 27 joining fee for vets. And I think Michael Hayes has also donated some prize money as well, so for a raffle too. We were talking to Scott because he said Zippy's golden ticket, and we did have a laugh, and it should have been Zippy's fuel voucher, but no, we didn't.
I heard it was because your head didn't fit in those headphones, Zippy.
Jeez, here we go.
Ooh, now the truth comes out.
Yeah. I've got a bit of if I can, John.
Yeah, you're next.
If you'd like to support a good cause and donate $15 to the Baylor Stewart Foundation, we would highly appreciate that. And as a free bonus, you get to race on a Wednesday night in the Mustang Cup. one car, one setup, one series. So registration for the sports series is currently open. So if you want to do something on a Wednesday night, please feel free to jump in. And it's very much a feel free to arrive and drive series, and just have fun with those of us that are taking a bit of a semi-hiatus from the supercar but want to stay involved in all things V8 vets related.
Too easy. Any last words from you, Jordan?
No, just bring it on. Let's go.
Brenton?
No, yeah, make sure everyone reads the rules and regs out there. I'm not very good at answering questions mid-race, and I hope most stewards are like that. No, just looking forward to it. And enjoy yourselves. Have some fun. There's some very good competitive splits. Vets do a fantastic job of making these splits as close as possible to have the best races possible. So enjoy what's on offer because it's going to be another cracking season.
Yeah, and be kind to your race control guys, except for Brenton, of course, but be nice to them because they do a lot of hard work and, they don't get as much recognition as they should because, I'd hate to do it.
Scott Gamble just asked when you going fishing, Brenton.
January, let's lock it in. I'm going to try and take. Well, I might be changing employment, maybe even as soon as tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But if not, then January's looking good.
I'll ask more offline. Yeah, on that note, we might wrap this one up. And I just want to say again, a huge thank you to all the guys who put their hand up for race control. I think there was somebody on the list that did reach out to me, and I think I did pass it on to somebody else, and I don't think that got followed through, but that's all right. We can still use a hand if that person's around. I'll get that one sorted tomorrow. And Brad Grant will be split 4, even though he'll be sitting on split 3. So I'll let you sort that one out with him, AJ. The other one I just want to say is a huge thank you to everyone that has been involved in the league. We've got a lot of new guys again. I know there are a lot of new guys. They usually ask a lot of new questions, and a lot of everybody else jumps in and answers those questions and pitches in and helps, which I'd really want to say thank you. I want to say a huge thank you as well to our committee group. These are the guys that do the tireless work in the background. I reckon our graphics guys, he reckons Hobbo's he's God, but I reckon he does a bloody good job for us. He's up on a pedestal with Hobbo, which of course is Reg James. Does a cracking job on all the graphics, and a huge thank you to Reg for doing the graphics for tonight for me. One less job I had to do. We also have Carl Pickering doing all of our socials. We don't do a hell of a lot on socials, but we get them out there. Michael Stewart does all of our server setups for us. I always make a joke that it's the B team when servers are wrong. Well, guess who the B team is? It's not Michael, it's me. Also want to thank Jamie McKnight. He's back again for season 26 to do setups. Sorry, Mark Dial, but Jamie absolutely loves it. I think it's an institution to him to do it, even though I'm still waiting for Adelaide, but I think he's going to take his time to get that one perfect. The last bit is, of course, Greg Favel's on that committee as well. He's going to be doing the telemetry checking for us this season to make sure everyone's posting that in. So there may be penalties coming if you don't get your telemetry in this season. We're a little bit lenient on that in season 25. The other one on my list of thank yous, of course, is Pete Baxter as well. He's our rules advisor. When we sit in there, I do flick things to him. People say, I want to change this, I want to say that. And I now just basically say, Pete, go write it. And he does that for me. So thank you very much for that too, Pete. And, of course, a big thank you to Bruce McLeod and David Coleman and Scotty Van Loon, the fellow management team that we work with here that makes this all happen. I know I sort of get pointed at times as the face behind the league, but, end of the day, it takes a village to run a league, so many people in it.
I was going to say, John, you forgot someone, because without you, the work you do, there would be no league. So on behalf of 203 drivers or whatever it is, look, thanks for everything you do. I've seen your calendar for the next, 2 years, and it's just ridiculous. So, look, John, thanks for you. You say that we help you out, but seriously, I think it's the other way around.
Yeah, I got to change that calendar for you too, because Adelaide's been pushed back a week.
Absolutely. Thanks, John.
Yeah. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Like, to be honest with you, I've taken some time over the last 3 months to get around and see as many people as I can. Like I think the night we had up in Brizzy with yourself there, Jordan, that was a huge night. Absolutely enjoyed it. Got down to Melbourne to try and meet as many as we could down there. Luckily, I could do it over 2 nights again with you, Jordan, and catch up with Brenton and Hobbo and meet Jay and a few of the other lads with the Logitech G and Dan Hall, of course. Absolutely love the bloke. And then on the following night, caught up with the Melbourne crew. And then, Saturday, catching up with another 14, 15 guys over in Adelaide was an absolute pleasure. Faces behind names, faces out behind screens makes a big difference when you're dealing with people and talking to people. And still laughing, I think, from Baldock and Haynes, sitting in a car with them for an hour. Very, very entertaining lads. So like I said, what makes this league work is everybody. Like there are other things I still want to do. There's still things I've got to finish, like getting out 2 seasons worth of Drive of the Day merch and stuff. Still got to do that. It's my Christmas holiday. But this league really, if I didn't have the caliber of people out there behind me supporting me and the caliber of people in the league, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. Everyone treats everyone with respect and everything else. And as long as that keeps going and we have a good comradeship amongst 203 drivers, this league will keep going for a long time. Anyway, on that note, I am waffling again.
I'm gonna break in here too. Because it's summer too. I'm like a lot of others. I'm going to be taking a lot more time off this season, especially on the Saturdays. So just all you split 3 drivers out there, jump in the broadcast, help Andrew out. Be good to have different voices every couple of weeks. I'll be missing a couple. If you can jump in and help Andrew and everyone out. I don't know if Luke's coming back or not, but if he is, it'd be good to Andrew, listener, and a few others out there that be good radio people. Be good to hear their voices a bit more, so I can have some relaxing time.
Andrew, this should be in front of a camera, mate. I've seen his head. Same thing for Split 4 for the Chook raffle. The more people I've got in there, the easier the job is to do. It's pretty hard when there's only 2 of us in there. A lot of talking, a lot of button pressing, and a lot of stress. So just make sure, guys, Split 4 lads, come in, have a chat. I've been privileged last season having Mr. TikTok himself, Pete Wilkerson, dropping in quite a few times, and of course Abel Verban with his 14,000 followers on Twitch. We've got some pretty popular guys going into Split 3. So make sure you get involved, have a chat. I know Mike Correll will probably jump in on a Friday night if the footy's not on and take the piss out of me. He loves it. Same thing with Rob Baxter. Particularly if the Split 3, Split 4 broadcast guys get involved, because it makes the guy producing it and directing it their job a hell of a lot easier when they've got time to lean back in the chair and start thinking about what button they got to press next instead of trying to dribble and press buttons at the same time. Anyway, on that note, speaking of dribble, I'm going to wrap this one up, and we will see everybody again, of course, next week. Split 1 broadcast on Thursday live while the race is SimSpeed TV. Friday night will be Split 4. Saturday 6:30 will be the Split 3 lads, followed by Hamish doing the Split 2 lads on Saturday nights. All I'm going to say is bring on season 26. Thanks for watching, guys.
Good luck, everyone. All the best. Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.